Is Uranus predicting the future? It's not what you think. Everyone is saying the same thing right now. We're entering into a 7-year transit, Uranus in Gemini, and the last time we saw this transit was 84 years ago, between 1941 and 1949. So, guess what's happening? We are beginning to look at the past and saying to ourselves, are we going to repeat the past because of the planetary placement? So people are saying the same thing right now, that Uranus in Gemini is going to bring about massive technological breakthroughs. It's going to bring about huge upheavals in politics. It's going to bring about huge upheavals in the way that we do life. So with technology, we're going to have AI communication, revolutions. Everything is going to change overnight because it is the great disruptor. And what if that's not a prediction? What if that's just programming? So, my name is Ellie Molina, and I'm an intuitive, and I'm also a psychic, as well as an educator, a researcher, and a consultant. And I have been doing astrology since I was 12 years old. And I'm not coming from this from the outside. I'm not coming from this as a dismisser of astrology. But lately, some things have just not been adding up for me over the last few years because we keep repeating the same ideas that a planet moving actually billions of miles away is somehow causing innovation here on Earth. And you know what? We just cannot confirm that. So let's be precise about this. Let's take a look at the facts. Uranus is 1.8 billion miles away, and there's no verified scientific evidence showing that its position can directly cause technological advancement. And that's not an opinion, that's just what's so, that's scientific research. But now, what if what if these predictions come true? All right, okay, because something is happening and we're seeing rapid changes in technology and we are seeing rapid breakthroughs. But so the real question is not, is this happening? Is this really happening? But what's actually causing this? So if we begin to shift this and take it away from the planets are causing this and outward as a above shift, and we start looking at what millions of people are saying, millions of people are saying the same thing. They're calling this the age of innovation, the age of change, the great awakening. Technology is accelerating. This is language that shapes perception. And if we do research into linguistic relativity, my background is in applied linguistics, we will see that language influences how we perceive and respond to reality. So when the future is repeated often enough, people begin to act as if it's already happening. So let's take a look at this now. Let's watch what happens next. Investors will start funding tech companies. Engineers will start building faster. The media will begin to amplify innovation and innovative stories, and everyone will start to move in the same direction. And then we're going to look back and we're going to say, see, astrology was right. But did Uranus cause that? Or did people act on a shared experience and a shared expectation? Did everyone start to move into the collective language and thought process? And this is where most people really just start and stop thinking, because it's easier to believe that something outside of us is really directing us rather than to look at how we are participating in creating the reality. And so this is exactly what I study in my work. I've named it PSI, Psi Ontology, and it's the relationship between language, perception, and the reality that we are experiencing. And it is a system, it's all together. So rather than asking ourselves, oh, so what is Uranus going to do? What is going to happen? We're going to say, why don't we actually start looking at what we as a collective are speaking into existence? What you can do now is to start noticing this. Start noticing how many times this conversation is being repeated. Not the one I'm having, the one about technology advancing, Uranus doing this, Uranus doing that, and having all of the experiences that we see blamed or brought about the causation that Uranus is creating this and that it is inevitable. Because once something starts to get called inevitable, people no longer question it. And then they start building it and they start being that. So here's the thing, I'm not telling anyone to get rid of astrology. I'm just saying take a look a little bit deeper at what is actually happening. Astrology may not be controlling reality. It may be organizing the way that we think about reality, and that changes everything. So, look, maybe Uranus in Gemini isn't the cause of everything going on, technological advances, upheaval in the industry and finances and relationships. Maybe it's the moment where we can finally see the pattern and we can take a look at that. We are the ones who are creating this through our language, our focus, our ideas, and our belief system. So have a look and take a look and watch what you're saying about it and watch your beliefs about what's happening now in the next few years. Because actually, Uranus is 1.8 billion miles away. So while we do know that the moon has gravitational pull over us, what does Uranus really have over us? Let's take a look at what we want to create during these next 7 years and not what we are being told is going to get created. All right. Thank you. Thanks for listening.